about your streams?
I really don't stream anymore, but I'm gonna start back streaming. I'm gonna start doing Mondays and Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern. I'll be doing workout streams. And if you want to talk, we're gonna have topics too, but it's gonna really be workout streams. So yeah, that's what it's gonna be. If you want to get swole, you want to get strong, you want to lift 300 pounds, 400, 500 pounds, holla at your boy all day. If you want to lose
Thank
weight,
you, I work
gain
hard.
weight, holla at your boy. Yep.
Thank you, brother. Boss bro, can you tell us when do you stream and what you got going on?
What up, bro? I stream usually like 7 p.m. Eastern time. On the weekends, I stream. On Sundays, I do 10 a.m. I have a Toxic Sunday where all topics are on the table. We're respectful to everyone, though, but it gets fun. I'm in an auction actually today at 7:20 p.m. Eastern time with my boy Mej. So I'll be doing that today. And yeah, that's about it for now. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you, boss bro. SSL, what you have going on, lady?
Hey, so I stream like 7 days a week, guys. There's not a day that I'm not on this platform. I actually appreciate it. I have fun with it. So I know it's just light heart, fun, good vibes. We play music, we act silly, we tell jokes, we do some karaoke, a little bit of just all around fun. I mean, it's just really laid back, no drama, good vibes only. That's my stream.
Okay, SSL, can I ask you a question? Do you mind putting in your headphones so we can feel the echo so I can unmute everybody? I know you hate them, but can you? Thank you. Okay. All right. I'm going to invite Emoji J in the box now, and we're going to get started. Actually, all right, we're going to wait. Hey, I'm going to actually not put them in the box. My bad. All right, so for everybody just joining in, this is the Cutoff with D'Angelo Jones. These are 4 special guests of the show today. And we got 4 great topics picked by yours truly, these special guests. So we're going to get started, but this is the first time where we have all the guests in the box at once. So watch their reactions to these topics. All right, Miss Classy Woman, starting with you. Screaming, dating, do you think it's possible to do both?
Yes, I think it can be done, but there has to be some boundaries and rules set because, and the trust has to be there between the two of you and communication. Communication's the big thing, I would say. Talk it out and just make sure you get your point across and it can be done, I feel.
Work hard.
Yo.
What's your opinion?
Yeah.
But did you lag out? Okay. Screaming, dating, do you think it's possible to do both?
Anything is possible. Yes. Do I think that most people are capable of doing it? No. I don't think most people are capable of dating. Period. That's my answer, and I'm sticking with it.
All right, boss, bro, what you got for us?
All right, I got some knowledge for y'all. So, I've tried the dating thing on the app personally. Didn't work out very well for me twice. But with that being said, I think with the right people, it depends on the person, right? Like you could be a streamer. It all depends on if you're both dating both streamers. It is difficult because sometimes you get jealous. I know for me, when you see someone like hitting on that person constantly, because people on here, they're very straightforward in the comments. So with that being said, you have to be secure with yourself and you have to have trust. If you don't have trust with the other person, it's absolutely not going to work out. But if you're both honest people and, you're upfront about, you don't have to say who you're dating. You don't even have to say who you're dating. But if you're upfront about being in a relationship, I think it can work. It can work. Yeah.
Okay. And SSL.
I think it depends on the type of streamer you are and the content that you have to see if it's something that's acceptable. Because as you know, some people on this app, they wild out and they don't show the very respectable side of them. And you have to think about, do you want your significant other being that way? So it really just, to me, it depends on the type of streamer they are. If I'm going to accept them to be with me in a relationship to keep doing that. Because I'm like, no, if you already know like what I mean by that. If you're an embarrassment to me, you're not representative of our unit. Like our unit needs to be in sync. Our unit needs to have vibe. Our unit needs to be like see eye to eye and have that understanding because we're going to be a unit. That's how I feel about it.
I work hard. I want to go back to something. You said people are not capable of dating. Why do you say that?
Oh, he froze.
Did he? Okay. Well, we'll come back to that. But for all y'all just joining, this is the cutoff with D'Angelo Jones, where all opinions matters to a certain extent. You got 2.5 minutes to say it, and the guest's been very good about giving these quick opinions out. Now, not so much in other shows, but I see nobody wants to get muted today. Nobody wants to get muted at all. I like that. But I respect all these opinions that was given already. Kind of interesting. Work hard said people can't really date. He don't believe in his opinion. Boss Pro said you got to be true to yourself, as well as SSL. Classy said it's got to be some type of boundaries in place. Me, I don't know. What do I know? I'm D'Angelo Jones. I'm just the host. Right? Okay. When you set boundaries, do you stick to them?
Anybody or you? What?
Anybody, yeah.
I try to stick to them, and I'm getting better at it, but it's very difficult, I feel, because things just happen, and but I feel I try, and I'm getting better at sticking to my boundaries that I set, because in reality they make life a little bit easier. So at least for me.
So is this setting boundaries in relationships or just in general?
In general.
In general.
I try to set boundaries, but I always cross those boundaries a little bit. I'm going to be honest with you. For myself, it depends what the boundaries are, though. Like, I'm respectful of people, but sometimes I get a little crazy. But I try to set them, but I usually cross them a little bit. I'm kind of like a little bit of a rebel a little bit. I say what's on my mind a lot of times. So sometimes I like set these boundaries, but it depends on the person, the interaction, because whether I cross those boundaries, it depends on our relationship too. Like if I respect someone, I'm never going to cross those boundaries. But if someone's going to come for me, those boundaries are out the window for me.
Okay, so depending on the situation, it's where your boundaries get lifted a little.
Exactly. Yep.
It gets set in stone. I like that. SSL. What about those boundaries?
For me, it has to be realistic boundaries, and who's setting these boundaries? That also depends on that. Who is it? Is it me setting the boundaries, or is it somebody I'm in a relationship with or interact with that has a boundary? It depends if it's a realistic boundary. If it's something that I know I can't fulfill, I'm not going to say I'm going to do it. Like, I'm not a quiet person. I'm outgoing by nature, loud, animated. If you tell me, oh, I need you to be a little calmer, sweetie, it's not my personality. I'm animated. So I'm going to be like, well, that's not my vibe. Like, it depends. It just has to be realistic for me to say I'm going to do it.
Okay, so you don't go into a situation. You must know the boundaries clear set, and then you want to agree with them before you commit to anything, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't want to just say I'm going to do something.
No compromising on your boundaries.
Yeah. But okay, can I just ask something? What if you set the boundaries? Do you stick to them when you set them? That's a single lady.
I mean, I'm not perfect, so I'm not going to say I stick to every boundary, but I try to set a realistic thing. Like how some people say, for example, they set these New Year's resolutions. Which is kind of like, let's say, I'm going to commit to going to the gym every day. If you know you're not really committed, there's people that say they're committed and they do it for 2 months, then they fall off and it's like it didn't. So I'm not going to set myself up for failure. I'm going to try my best to set realistic boundaries that I can truly say I can handle. I'm not going to try to like aim for higher than I know I'm going to do, like if that makes any sense. But no, I don't mean I can't say I hit the mark all the time. No, because I'm not perfect, but I try to set realistic ones.
Okay.
Nice. I get it. With boundaries are a touchy subject. With boundaries, we always want to respect each other's boundaries. We always want to respect each other's space. And to me, I try to stick to every boundary that I set to a certain extent. Boundaries can get hard to stick to. Work hard. What do you think?
I totally agree with you. I've been in situations where a woman tells me these are her boundaries, and then she violates the agreement that she created. So then, and when I say violate, I don't mean like it's a bad thing. If you change, then I change. But sometimes when you change, that person could get mad at you and say that you changed, but they changed. It's like, I've been in a situation where she say, I don't want you to meet my children. Then I met the children. So now the children are asking for me on the phone. And when I'm coming to pick you up for a date, they coming outside the door to say hi to me, and you're getting mad at me.
Right.
It's just
So
like, I didn't do this.
I like that, Mayor. What's up? So we all agree that boundaries are made to be broken sometime, or no?
Yes.
I agree, but I think the important thing about boundaries is you don't always know people's boundaries. Like, people aren't always upfront about it. And then sometimes you cross those boundaries and, they'll get upset. But, you have to be honest and upfront about it, because otherwise, especially like say if you're in a relationship and you have you have certain boundaries you're just not willing to cross. Maybe like not doing more than kissing after the first few dates. A guy might try more. It's so important to be upfront, I think, in the beginning, very beginning, to be upfront with your boundaries, so the other person knows, and if they respect you. Because if they respect you, they're not going to cross those certain boundaries you don't cross, I think. And if you set those boundaries up front, they're not going to. They shouldn't cross them. And if they do, they're not the one. They're not the one for you because they don't respect you.
Nice. So boundaries aren't meant to be broken to a certain extent. It's what Work Hard and also said. I don't know. Boundaries are set to be in place, and I got mixed feelings on that because I have broken boundaries and then got upset when people broke my boundaries. So that's like a double-edged sword. So y'all opinions matter because y'all minds are great, and we all don't think alike, and that's what makes this show great. So thank y'all. All right. In your opinion, now this is gonna get tricky, y'all. This is gonna get tricky. Don't mind me, because see, I'm just the host. So this is gonna get tricky. In your opinion, what makes a great relationship? No, what makes a successful relationship? Let's skip great and go successful. I'm gonna start with Work Hard. Let's go.
Nope.
I think he froze up again. Okay, no, he didn't.
No,
Work Hard.
It's lagging for me. Okay, so what makes a great relationship, I think, is first two people that want the same thing or they want similar things. Then two people that are willing to understand that people are not perfect. If you got two people that understand that some people make small mistakes, then y'all can move forward. Well, it happens in a lot of relationships. One little thing happens, people get hung up on it, and then it just starts going downward. And it almost ends before it even starts. I think people just being honest. I want to find love. You want to find love. I do not want to find love. You do not want to find love. People just need to be real and honest, and they need to stick to what they said they was gonna do. If a person treating you right and you want them to treat you right, then you reciprocate it. Reciprocation and honesty and understanding. People always say communication, but that's a simple word. Understanding the communication is so important. Period.
SSL, you almost got muted, brother. He slid it in there just perfectly. Thank you, Work Hard. SSL?
For me, it's mutual respect and the ability to have aspirations and to grow together. and to be a support system. Like if you have your partner is weak in one area and you're strong, and again back to the unit thing, you work together and you elevate together. Like to me, that's success. If I see my partner struggling in an area that I'm really good at, I'm going to give them the tools and show them, like, look, you want to be better at this, I want to help you out. You help each other and you level up, like literally level up. Like that's, to me, is what success is. And that goes across the board in like anything, financial, family, I don't know, health, fit, to me, anything, spirituality, because we all have strengths and weaknesses in all those categories. So whatever you lack, your partner might be better at, and you help and elevate each other. And that's what's success to me.
Boss Bro.
For me,
Thank you, Ed.
there's two main things for me. It's honesty and communication. I've been in relationships where I was missing both. Communication, most of all my relationships has not been great communication. So for me, it kind of ties back to the boundaries, actually, because if someone's not honest with me, they don't have that great communication, and they're not willing to work on it. You got to be able to work on it too. You may not be able to talk, but if you know your partner needs some type of communication, you'll be willing to work on it. But if someone's not willing to communicate with me, be upfront with me, and be honest, for me, it's not going to be successful. But with communication, it can be successful. If there's something bothering you, something's going on, don't just ghost me. Don't just fall off the face of the earth, stop texting me, stop calling me. Like, be upfront. If there's something bothering you about me, I'd rather you be upfront with me, because I'm an upfront person and I appreciate it. I appreciate the communication, appreciate the honesty. So for me, without those two things, it's not going to work out, especially the communication. Like, if you don't have communication, do you really have a good relationship if you can't communicate with each other appropriately? It's positive communication, not just communication.
Nice, nice. Classy woman.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so I just got so many little things out of every single person that just said something. Like, at first, my two things were communication and honesty, okay? But then, like, work hard said something about understanding. And then I thought, oh my gosh, understanding, yes. Because when I'm with somebody, like, I want to support you all the way. If, like Sexy Single Lady said, if they're hurting in something and I can help, like, let me help you, because that's what I want. I want to be there for you. This is what it is. In hard times and good times, And then Boss Bro said something about communication in the sense of, don't just ghost me. Don't stop texting me. Like, communicate. Like, even if you're angry and it's like the raw truth, I still want to know. Even if it's going to hurt me, I still want to know it.
Thanks.
So those things all together, literally just like, that's what makes a successful relationship. Literally, when you can come to your partner and say, how it is.
All right. For everybody that's just joining, welcome to the Cutoff with D'Angelo Jones. We got us 4 special guests. Workhard is having a little technical difficulties, but he's in and out. It's his phone, but it's okay. We got Classy Woman, Boss Bro, and Sexy Single Lady, and so forth. This has been quite interesting. So I got a question for y'all. So will we agree that the biggest key to a successful relationship is honesty, trustworthy, and dependable?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, which one of them factors are the biggest one for you, though? If we have to sum it down to one, which is the biggest one for you? Me, it would have to be communication. Because I think with communication, you get honesty and you get dependability. Because if it's a clear communication, then you get the other two things. But what's the biggest one for y'all?
I would say dependable for me. I would want to know, like, when things get hard, are you going to be here, or you're just going to be like, oh, I'm not there for that. Like, that would with dependency comes the honesty, and the communication is sometimes things don't need to be said if you have that connection with that person, I feel. So
mine would be communication as well, because you know, I've had bad relationships in the past where we didn't have communication. And that's like the first thing I say when I talk to someone. That comes with the boundaries for me is you got to be able to communicate, you know, and tell me, and honesty comes with that. And I had a relationship, you know, I said about dating a streamer, and I told him up front, I want communication. I just need you to communicate with me. And what did he do? He was very upfront, communicated with me. It didn't end well, but I have so much respect for the dude, even to this day, because he communicated with me at all times, was upfront and honest with me. And we're good friends now. We're actually really good friends. But for me, it's communication is key.
Okay, okay. SSL.
For me, it's dependability too, because I want to know that what you say is what you do. You walk the walk. I'm a little bit like with the communication part. The only reason I don't lean to the communication is because some people are not very verbally expressive, and they're not good communicators, or they don't communicate enough, or sometimes you misinterpret a communication. So I like a doer. Like if he goes, babe, I'm gonna paint the fence on Saturday, and we don't even talk about it again. And on Saturday, he has the paint cans, he has all the supplies. He says, I'm gonna go to Home Depot, and it's done. So for me, it's like that falls in believing what they say, because they do what they say. They don't just talk it, they live it. So that's why I say dependability.
I like that. I like that. I like that. For me, I still have to go with the communication. Because I think with communication, everything else is connected. Because if you can't communicate with me, I can't trust you. And if you can't communicate with me, I communicating like the audience Drew said, it's a two-way street. So if I'm communicating with you, I'm communicating with myself, then I can't depend on you. I can't depend on you. So, and then like Boss Bro said, he said the relationship ended not so good, but he respected that person a lot because what he asked for, he got, which was communication, which is awesome. All right. So I love this. And if any of y'all just joining, welcome to the Cutoff with D'Angelo Jones. Give me 1 second.
I like that, you guys. That was cool.
I like what a Sexy Single Lady said about the doing too. And I feel like that might be a form of communication, because like them doing it is like them in a way it is communication, I feel like, because they're doing it. And that's so important though. You're right. Like a lot of people can say stuff, but if they don't do it,
I love that. I know. I love that because I've been with not a doer. You know what I mean? I've been with a dreamer. And there's a difference. I want you to be a dreamer, but I also want you to be a doer.
Exactly.
Like the whole you just nailed it. I loved it.
Okay, so can we switch it up a little bit? So I want to go to something fun. I got a topic that's kind of fun. So if y'all could have superpowers for a day, which superpowers would you pick and why?
You guys go ahead. I gotta think about that.
Yeah, I gotta think about that.
I can answer it. I know it real quick. Time travel. I would love the ability to, because I'm a history, like I love history. So I would like to go back. If I could go back in time and just visit different decades, like medieval times, World War II, the 50s, and just go all over. Like if I could time travel, that would be like, for me, awesome. I wish I could do that.
And what decade?
By
you.
I can say my favorite times is actually Egypt. I would love to go back to ancient Egypt because women and men were treated equally in their society. And I've been really into Egyptian like history lately. And I respect the fact that women and men were treated equally in that society. And a lot of other decades, they were not.
Okay. Boss Bro. And we're quite like
this is like, I go back and forth on this one, but I think I've developed a thicker skin, but I would like to read people's minds to know what they're thinking, because I feel like it's dangerous, very dangerous, because you're going to find out a lot of stuff, but I'll know the truth about people. I'll know the truth about my friends, my family, what they think about me. Maybe I can improve on it. And, you know, if I can learn something that's helpful to me, that would be awesome. I mean, it's crazy. I keep going back and forth on it, but it would be awesome to know what people are thinking.
I don't think I want to read minds, but that'll be awesome. I don't think I have the mental capacity to endure what somebody else might be thinking about me. That might drive me crazy.
The
Classy, what
reason it
about?
helps me, D, is because I have anxiety. So a lot of times, like I'll get a text message and I'll be, when you have anxiety, you think the worst sometimes. You think, this person's thinking this thing. What are they thinking? But 99% of the time, I'm I'm thinking the worst and it's not the worst at all. So for me, it would be helpful because right away I could just be like, okay, things are good. I'm not thinking that way. So for like instances with that, it would be super helpful for me to read minds.
Okay. Classy woman.
I think I'd like to be invisible. I just want to be a fly in the wall and you not know I'm there. Not like dirty, like not dirty way, but like you know what I mean? If you're having a meeting and I can't be in there, oh, for real? Yes, I am. I what's going on? You know, you're doing something behind closed doors in the bedroom and you don't want me to know about it. What? Let me see what's happening in here. So yeah.
Next time I shower, I'm gonna pull back the curtain to be like, "Is that classy right there?"
Or bump
I'll be
into
looking
her like,
now.
oh, what was
I'm gonna be
that?
looking.
Okay. Work hard. What would your superpower be?
Superpower would be the power of the discernment. I don't need to know exactly what they thinking. I just need to know who is for me and who not for me. Period. Because just like Boss said, I used to overthink, but now I don't overthink. I just shut down. If I feel you any type of anything, I will not deal with you. And I'll probably be passing up on people who could be genuine for me, but it's just something you did. And I don't even want to I don't like the way I was raised with a lot of drama. When people have problems with each other, they don't just talk it out or pray it out. They end up getting to violence. So I just like to avoid all them type of situations. So the superpower of super discernment, definitely.
Nice. Okay. I think I would have to go with the invisibility factor. Like, because being invisible, you can do a lot of things. You can be like places where people didn't think you was at, and I could get that discernment, a clear discernment. Because if y'all like, let's just say, how when you walk up to a crowd and then the conversation kind of be quiet and change and tense and shift. Well, I don't want to have that anxiety like Boss Bro. So I would just want to be able to turn myself off and walk right past them and stand right there, like a fly on the wall, as Classy say. So I would have to go with that route. Okay. What made a relationship bad for you in the past? Okay, work hard.
Physical abuse.
Physical abuse.
Yeah, she like to put her hands on. She like to put her hands on you. Yeah.
So wow. Okay. Thank you. All right. SSL.
Um, a couple things, but the big one would be cheater, being with a cheater.
A cheater. Okay. Why?
Because they were them being cheater. I mean, they're a liar. Everything's a lie.
That absolutely drives you crazy. Okay. Boss Bro.
So I used to date females. When I dated females, she cheated on me and she was like emotionally abusive. She used to yell at me, say all this. It was a toxic, really I like toxic, but this was a different level of toxic. This wasn't a good toxic. And once someone treats you like that, they lay hands on you, they get emotionally abusive like that, and they cheat on you, it's like game over. You can't come back from that. You can't really, for me, when she cheated on me, she actually didn't tell me. I caught her in it. I had this feeling. Sometimes you have that gut feeling. And I actually made up a situation. I said that because me and her had the same friend, this girl. And I was like, your friend, Sam, she told me about you were with another guy. And she confessed. And I was like, actually, she never told me that. I just had this feeling. And I caught her in it. And after that was done. Like, there was no turning back after that. So she didn't even come and tell. She didn't feel bad about it. She never told me. I had to catch her in it. So.
Okay. Classy woman.
For me, I think it has to be. Wait. What was the question? I might be thinking of something else. Can you repeat the question real quick?
Your question was, what was a bad thing? What was one of the bad things happening that caused you to end a relationship?
Okay, yeah. It would be dependency for me. Like, yeah, that was what it was. Like, you think you can depend on somebody because you're there for them in every way possible, and then when you're in need of that person being there the way you were there for them, or just to be there because you think this is your person, whatever, and they're not, then yeah, that can really mess you up, I feel.
Okay, I like to get back to work hard, but just 1 second. Everybody, welcome to the Cutoff with D'Angelo Jones, where opinions does matter on the fly. The guests have been good today about giving their opinions on the fly. My personal opinion, though, is codependency. If you clingy and too clingy, I had to cut relationships off in the past. Work hard. What would you gonna add, brother?
Oh, I wouldn't add nothing. I would just raise my hand. I would just stretch it. I be lifting the hey, single sexy lady told me I gotta be strong enough to lift the woman I'm with. So I have to be strong. That what she told me.
Get his workout in.
Yeah, that what she told me. That what she told me. She said you ain't
I
a man.
did?
Lift off.
Okay, so I got the next question right here. Work hard, you a strong man, huh? Okay. So what are the boundaries you set in a new relationship?
I don't really set them. I more listen to what she has to say, and then I kind of give what I feel. And I don't know if it's gonna sound wrong, but I'm not really dominant. I'm more passive, somewhat submissive, but not really. You know what I'm saying? Like you feel me? Like like I'm not really the one to try to run things and all that. I just be chilling. Like I like to kind of see where it goes, and then we can discuss it. But like I think people that come with this military sermon and orders, I think that's kind of unnecessary. Like it almost sounds like people are in a boot camp when you talk to them like that. You feel me? Like I don't know. That's just me.
Completely understand. SSL?
You're asking what type of boundaries I have when I'm starting into a relationship, right?
Fresh relationship.
I mean, I feel like I don't know. I don't know. I feel like a lot of things happen. Like I don't have a set of rules and be like, these are my 10 dating commandments. Thou shalt not do this. Thou shalt not do that. Like I don't come with a list of rules and regulations. I feel like as you get to know me, know my personality, you should kind of figure it out. Like, and what I mean to say by that is like, for example, if you know I'm a coffee drinker and I say I want to go to Starbucks, this is a stupid one, but it's like, this is just an example. I'm going to Starbucks. You're not going to down my coffee. Ew, coffee's nasty. Like to me, it's a lot of common sense stuff. Like, okay, she's gonna go have her coffee and I'm gonna let her enjoy her drink. I'm not a coffee drinker myself, but that's her thing. And I'm gonna let her do her. Like that's the thing she's like, you know what I mean? Like that type of stuff. But I don't have the 10 commandments of dating, no.
Okay, so to give y'all a quick example, my boundaries will be in a fresh relationship, you're not gonna meet my daughter. You're not gonna meet my daughter right away. You're not gonna meet her at all. You're not gonna have no type of communication with her until I feel securely comfortable with you that you're gonna be around for a while. So that's gonna be the first boundary set in stone, period. And then after I get to know you and who you are, then we can slowly integrate my daughter and you maybe at a park or something. So that's the boundaries for me. That's a big one. Boss bro.
Honestly, it's the same as before for me. Like I'm very upfront. I agree with what SSL said too. I don't have a list. I used to have a list. I used to have this list, this master list, and I wouldn't maybe say it all, but in my brain I would have this master list. And obviously, no one's going to perform to that. That's not going to happen. It's not realistic. So I've kind of cut it back a little bit. And honestly, like now I'm very upfront. In the beginning, I say honesty and communicate. Honesty and communication. That's the first thing I said. That's all I asked for. I'm submissive too. I want my partner to like tell me what to do, rule me, you know, whatever. But I want honesty. I want you to I want you to be honest and communicate appropriately. And that's all I want. That's all I care about. And I don't think that's much to ask for, honestly.
Nice, nice. Classy woman.
I'm gonna go with boss bro. Like I agree with the whole communication. It's not so much boundaries, just communicate what you're doing, you know? I don't need to know who you I just want to know like if you're going out with your friends, you know, just drop me a text. Hey, I'm hanging out with my friends, so I'll call you later. Whoop you. Okay, great. Have a good time. Just for the fear, you know, for me it would just be to know you're okay and I know what you know what's happening with you and I'll be doing my own thing and then we come in at, like it's just communicating for respect. Not so much to keep a track on you and what you're doing or know what you're doing 24/7. So for me it's not so much boundaries, just communicate with me no matter what it is.
But D, like you said, like my boundary is not just communication. And it kind of goes back to what SSL said. It's positive communication. If you can communicate with me positive, I don't want you to be putting me down. Don't want you to make me feel bad about myself. You got to be able to communicate positively. And, you know, you can still express things in a positive way without putting someone down. And you don't have to communicate all the time either. Like SSL said, if you don't like my coffee, I don't care. I like the coffee. I want to like the coffee. That's all that matters. You don't need to communicate everything either. Like over communicating is not good either. You know, you got to be able to communicate appropriately.
He's so right. Sometimes people just need to watch and listen before you just spout out after mouth. Like you don't have to say everything. And some people think that saying everything makes them real. No, it makes you real obnoxious. It makes you real stupid. It makes you real aggressive. And it make me not want to call you no more.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Facts.
Straight up.
That's a good one.
Nice, nice. Okay, I like that. I like that. All right, so before we wrap up the show, we got to end kind of on a serious note for our audience, right? Okay, so what's one thing in the past that helped you grow today into who you are right now, sitting in the box today? One thing in the past that helped you grow into who you are today.
I'm going to go last.
Okay, class, you go first.
I'm going first. Okay, that helped me grow today.
I can go if you want me to.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm hearing crickets. Everybody's like, whoa, we weren't ready for this one. We was not ready. Okay.
So this is getting a little deep, but this is the question, right? So when I was younger, my parents got divorced. My mom was with this dude. This dude I met, he was nice at first, but I moved in with him and her. Didn't really know him that well. He was verbally abusive, like horrible. Would tell me I'm worthless. I'm never going to amount to anything. I was like in 7th grade at this point. I was probably about like 12. And this is something he would say to me all the time. And I was a good kid, never got in trouble. I was actually a lot quieter than I am now. But I was never disrespectful. But him saying that, actually, like, I know some people take bad experiences and kind of use them as excuses, right? They're like, well, my parents did this for me. They did. For me, though, my whole thing was, I want to prove this guy wrong. I want to prove this guy that I'm not worthless. That I'm not. So I was like, you know what? I was the first one in my family to go to college. Now I have my MBA. I'm working my doctorate right now. So once I went to college, I was older and I was able to speak up for myself. So I said, you know what? I said, I was able to do what I did, not because of you. I had good family. What he said did help me. And he said, well, I'm glad I talked to you that way. It motivated you. I said, no, I motivated me. And my dad and my stepmom motivated me to be who I wanted to be because they told me to go to college. They told me the importance of education. They told me all that. So I grew from that, and I don't use it as an excuse. I don't use it as a crutch. I don't talk about it much. But that is one thing that influenced me heavily. But I took a negative situation, I turned it into a positive situation.
Nice. Who would like to go next? And boss bro, that was good. The way some people can't take bad energy and channel it into good energy and make it motivation to be successful. I'm actually one of those people, so I can relate to you in that, boss bro. Thank you.
Yeah.
I could go. Oh,
Okay, go ahead.
I was gonna say becoming a single parent, because it was a challenging situation, and I learned that that it was a struggle, but I learned my strength. That I had more strength in me that I never thought I would have if I wasn't a single parent. So you get that inner strength, and you learn, and also gave me the ability to shift the focus off of me, and learn that it's not about me, that it's about the people around me and loved ones. So to become less into me and more into loving others. So that's what that did for me.
Nice, nice. I like that. Work
Okay.
hard.
Okay. So I would say for me, I'm learning how to be, I guess, more, I want to say, like you guys all see me and you're like, oh, classy woman, she's all kind and woo, 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 woo. But in reality, it's like, I'm really selfish. I'm all about me. Like, it wasn't until, no, I'm not going to, for real. I'm all about me. Like, you know, yeah, it's all about me. So I'm learning about that. Like, I had to learn that with my kid, but that's different to me. You know, my kid is my world. Like I would do anything. Like that's my kid. Everything comes, he's first, always, always. So I'm learning not to be selfish still.
Okay, we gotta get to work hard though, boss bro, first, and then we'll get to work hard.
Uh, learning to appreciate every single moment. It's something that I had to learn how to do again. I lost my wife and I lost my daughter. I lost one of my brothers. I lost one of my brothers and I lost one of my sisters. All four of them were all murdered, separate situations. So when you have a person that you love, that you dearly love, that you truly love from the bottom of your heart, and there's no faking, it's just real, and that person get taken away from you. Another thing I learned is that I can't control everything. You know, I thought that I was the protector, and I was the protector, but I can't be everywhere at the same place. Sometimes as people, we like to blame ourselves. And we like to think, oh, is somebody singing?
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know.
sorry, it's my daughter. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
Okay,
okay, go ahead.
all
Go
right.
ahead, work hard.
Sometimes we have to, even though I have not accepted it, sometimes we have to learn how to accept things. And accepting things are really hard to do. Just think about it. If you lose a job that you've been at for 20 years, how can you accept that? I have been forced to accept that I will never be with her or with my daughter again in the physical form. Never. And I didn't have a choice. You know, it was taken from me. And that taught me how to learn how to accept that somebody doesn't like me or that something doesn't go my way. You know, I'm not gonna start crying and pouting when something doesn't go my way, because that was the last time that I really cried, when something didn't go my way. So that's
Wow.
something that I had to learn how to do.
Work hard. I didn't expect that from you, bro. That was deep. That was very deep. I'm sorry for your loss. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine that tragedy that you went through at all. I can't even relate to that on the volume of how deep that is. I'm glad to have met you, the person you are today, because you're an awesome person.
Well,
So
thank you.
I appreciate you sharing that with us. But this concludes the cutoff with D'Angelo Jones, where all opinions matter. Just sometimes on the fly, you got 2 minutes or less to say it, don't spray it. And the guests today have been awesome. They've been enlightened, they've been insightful, the energy was lit. And the best part, we got their true, honest opinions. So for that, I think each one of you guests, and don't miss the featured show next Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern. See y'all there. This is They cut off with D'Angelo Jones.